Hello, everybody. How are you? It's Remi here from Remi Digital. I really love my intro music, which my friend Bob Bowen made for me. And every time I have 1 minute, and what I try and do in that 1 minute is try and share the live into as many groups as I can. Today I managed to. I wasn't quick enough because I was slightly distracted, but I like try and share it as quickly as I can so that loads of people know that we've gone live. But hey ho. Anywho, welcome to the Remy's Town Hall Show. This is show number 3. We are literally whizzing our way through these shows, and I'm bloody loving it. I've got to tell you, we've got guests every week, so we are now booked up until May. So the next slot available to come on the show is in May. So that means all of March is booked out, all of April is booked out with guests that are going to be coming onto the show, all women business owners coming on, talking about their journey and their business and all that good stuff. So we have a great show for you tonight. But before all that, for those of you who've never seen me before, my name is Remi from Remi Digital, and I am a connection building coach. And I help small business owners to connect with and build relationships online with their customers so that they can build lasting relationships that convert into sales for their growing business. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. This show normally is around 30 minutes long. My guest tonight, God knows, we could be here for 3 hours. Right, Sinead? I'm looking at you backstage. It's normally 30 minutes, but who knows? Last week went a bit longer, and some weeks will be shorter. We'll just see how we go. So what normally happens is I talk for a little bit. Tell you a little bit of what's going on in my world, and I do a little bit of a tech talk because I'm a massive tech geek, love tech stuff, everything that's going on. I'm always like a little magpie finding out what's going on where. So do a little tech talk, and then I'm going to bring on a guest in around 15 minutes. And make sure you hang on to the very end, because all of my guests are freaking amazing. I hope you join in with the chat. Feel free to post any questions or comments that you have to me or to my guest. And also, if you are watching live, please do say hi. Say hello, let us know where you're watching from. You can drop a hashtag live in the comments if you want to. You can drop an emoji if you want to. Whatever you're feeling like doing, just keep engaged with us. And the more engaged you are, it just helps the algorithm to share it to more people. It tells the bots that, oh, this is interesting, something interesting is happening over here, and it will share it to more people. So if you could give me a thumbs up right now, if you could give me a love heart right now, that would mean the world. Or drop a cheeky emoji. I love cheeky emojis. That will do. And if you're watching on replay, go ahead and drop a hashtag replay, and I will come back and give you some love in the comments. So I'm just going to jump to this little thing over here. Sinead says, I'm loving being here. It doesn't count if you post messages backstage, Sinead. We want the viewers to comment and say, but I'm glad you're there. I'm so glad you are there. Right, just getting a little thing to pull up real quick. So you guys can find me here every week at 6 p.m. live on the stream in the Town Hall Show with a guest. But you can also find me here every single day inside my free Facebook group, my Facebook community. It is called the Get Leads with Connection Building Facebook Strategies group. And you are all invited to join us, but only if you're fabulous and only if you are a legend or a potential legend, because my community is filled with legends. That's what I call them, because that's what they are. They're either fledgling legends or they're epic legends. So if you're a legend, you're invited to come and join us anytime you like. Inside my group, there is lots of engagement. Each month is themed. There's a themed business growth topic each month. And there's also every single week a free weekly mini training with me, and a community of supportive business owners are all hanging out over there, and they're all learning and growing their business online. So if you fancy it, do come and join us. Okay, so we are going to get into the tech talk in just a sec, but before that, I want to tell you what this show is actually about and who it's for. This show is for you, my friends. This show is kind of like, I've said it before, it's kind of like a bag of pick and mix sweets. Every show is different, but every show is delicious and joyous and super sweet because I'm here. So I'm going to do a little tech talk in a minute. and then I'm going to share with you some stuff that's happening in my world that if you want to get involved with, you can come and get involved in. And we can do some quick house admin before we start the show. Above this stream, there is a link for StreamYard. Please do hit the link up top and give StreamYard permission so that we can see your name on the screen and let us know who you are. Otherwise, you're just going to appear as Facebook user and I won't know who you are, and I want to know who you are. So you guys ready for some fun chat? If you are watching on YouTube, do say hello and do hit the bell and subscribe button as well, because we are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook, in my Facebook business page and my Facebook profile. So hello to all of you in all the different places. You are all very welcome here. Right, so let's get Tech Talk thing up on the screen because we're going to have a little bit of Tech Talk now. Where is my Tech Talk? Here we go. It's called Tech Talk, also known as a rant, because often it's a rant. I don't think today's going to be a rant. Today is going to be an interesting chat. So my question is, have you guys all heard about Instagram Rooms? So Instagram Rooms is a new feature that Mr. Zuckerberg has rolled out. Do you guys remember last week I was talking in Tech Talk about Clubhouse and is it the new MySpace? And how all the sharks and the whales are out there and they're looking around. And I did tell you guys last week that Twitter are bringing out their own version of Clubhouse. It's called Twitter Spaces. And this week, Instagram, I was going to say Facebook, but Instagram, I'm sure it's going to come to Facebook as well, have rolled out something called Instagram Rooms. Now, it isn't like Clubhouse, but I find the use of the word rooms interesting, because Clubhouse has rooms and now Instagram has rooms. Now in Instagram's rooms, they've created a way for you to go live with 4 people. So you're in a room with 4 people. So it's a multi-participant feature. So before on Instagram, you could go live, like I'm going to go live tonight with Sinead, and we're going to have a chat, and you'll see us side by side, and it's just 2 of us. But Instagram have now made it possible for 4 people to come on and chat live, right? So this is really, really interesting stuff. And you might be thinking, well, what could I do with this feature? Well, you could do a lot with this feature, particularly if you are a keen Instagram user. And also, if you're somebody who's looking to grow your business, this is a great tool and feature that you can use. So you could conduct interviews inside of a Instagram room. That's something that you could do. For example, you can invite your fans to come on and chat with you. You can invite your customers to come on and chat to you on a stream as well. And you could also share this stage with influencers, right? So there might be people in your industry, in your niche, who you'd love to chat with, and maybe you could invite 3 of them to come in and you could host a chat with these, influencers and influential people in your industry. So this is something else you could do for your business. And what I love the most about Instagram Rooms is that if you are somebody who's not very confident with going live, or you hate going live, you can now go live with another person. In fact, you can go live with 3 other people. And this feels a lot less intimidating than, say, having to do a live on your own and broadcast on your own, because we all know about the dry mouth and brain fog and the fear, and then not knowing what to say. So actually being able to go live with someone else in a collaborative way is a really powerful way to get you to start showing up online. You don't have to do it alone anymore. Instagram allows you to bring on 4 people. So this is a really interesting move that they've made. And I, for one, will be checking it out. Since I've got the feature on my Instagram, I'll be pulling some powerful women together and doing some Instagram room chats live over on Instagram. And then the other bit of tech talk that I want to tell you about tonight is TikTok. So TikTok have, for this month, for Women's History Month, TikTok are highlighting female creators for Women's History Month. And they're going to be celebrating both female creators and women-led businesses on the platform. So they are all being showcased and highlighted. And TikTok have said that they've said, get ready for unstoppable voices of women identifying people everywhere. Hashtag Women's History Month is now is now here, and we are here for it. Hashtag when women win. So they are big on promoting women this month over on TikTok. So if you are interested in seeing some of the content and the female content that's coming out, or you're interested in that and you're interested in Women's History Month, go and check out TikTok, because this whole entire month is dedicated to promoting and showcasing women business owners, women creators on their platform. And then they had a special event on March the 8th, which is International Women's Day, if you didn't know. So on March the 8th, TikTok are hosting a 7-hour telethon on International Women's Day. And this is to raise money for organizations that are committed to providing support and resources to help women continue flourishing in their lives. And TikTok has said that its programming will focus on different weekly themes, and they're all around embracing and celebrating the diverse and growing community of women on TikTok. So lots happening over there for this month, for Women's History Month, which I think is pretty awesome. All right, let's have a little drink, shall we? Let's have a little drink. Just reading Sinead's comments here. Sinead, stop distracting me. You're my guest. Right, here we go. So what's happening in my world? That's the end of Tech Talk. Let's get that banner off, shall we? Tech Talk's over. So happening in my world at the moment is every day this week at 5 p.m. I'm doing a little mini series, and I'm giving you some little content hacks. So on my profile every day, on YouTube as well at 5 o'clock every day, you'll get a little tip from me. So make sure you log in at 5 and check that out, or catch the replay. Just some little handy tips to help you with your content if you are a growing business owner. So check it out every day at 5. And then the other thing that's happening in my world is this Friday, I'm just trying to find if I got a banner for it. No, I don't have a banner for it. That's a shame. Yeah, so this Friday I am hosting the content repurposing workshop. So it is a workshop where I show you how to, just trying to put the link up. Give me one sec. Let me get that up on screen for you. This is the link if you're interested in coming. It's not a pretty link, but there you go. It's bit.ly 3B7F5A5. That's proper random. I had to shorten it because the link is proper epically long. So this Friday, 10:30 a.m, I'm doing a content repurposing workshop. I'm showing you how to turn one piece of content into 15. This saves you time and energy and shows you how to repurpose other content in your world so that you are not continuously on the content hamster wheel, having to think of, what do I say today? What should I write about today? What video should I make today? What story should I make today? Scratch on that. You don't need any of that. So if you are interested in learning how to repurpose your content to save you time and energy in your business, then come and check it out at that link. But the link is it up top? No, it's not up top. I will put it in the comments after this video. That's what I will do. I will put it in the comments. Right, Sinead, I'm just going to do a lovely little introduction for you, then I'm going to be bringing you on. I hope you are ready. I hope you're ready for some chit chat. Let me know, guys. You ready for some chit chat and to meet my guest today? So, my guest is Sinead C. KAVANAGH. She's backstage. I can see her beautiful face and her gorgeous lipstick. The Holistic Parent is an empathetic parent educator and mentor. She holistically supports parents of newborns transitioning to life and home as parents. And Sinead works one-to-one and has a private online community of support and resources. And Sinead also provides webinars for businesses that support employees who are parents as part of workplace well-being. So that's what Sinead does, but I'm sure she's going to come on and tell us lots about herself. So let's get Sinead on. Hi, Sinead. You got to turn your mic on, my darling. You are on mute, baby girl. You're on mute. Oh, hold on.
You have to unmute me, do you?
Sorry, it was me. I muted you. How dare
We're used to Zoom. Unmute yourself there. We're not on Zoom. We're on StreamYard. Hi, everybody. You caught me. I went for a darker shade.
Oh, you
it's
did?
evening time. I'm going for the luscious look for the evening. It's after 6. So I'm for darker shade.
Lovely. So Sinead, welcome to the Town Hall Show. Please do tell us in your own words. Tell us who you are and what your business is about. And I'm going to time you. You've got 2 minutes.
Hi everybody, it's Sinead KAVANAGH here. I am the holistic parent and I'm based in Navan in County Meath, which is in the Republic of Ireland, perhaps across the water from some of you. I shall wave in that direction. I'm waving towards you. So I'm a solo parent of one of a 15-year-old daughter, Alethea, who is the apple of my eye. And she has trained me and taught me how to be the mum that I am and the parent that I am. And so I think perhaps we owe a lot of my holistic parent abilities to her. So as the holistic parent, I support parents, primarily working parents of newborns who are transitioning into that home and family space. It's a daunting task, particularly if you've become a parent at a later stage in life, over the age 33 or 4, you're deemed a geriatric parent. Mm-hmm. And at that stage, you kind of have yourself set up. You've sort of, you've done your study, you've started a job, career, whatever it is that you're doing, and you're very competent in that area and you're very capable. And then all of a sudden you get a little pink bundle that screams, poops and eats and a little pink. Yes, I beg your pardon. Well, they're all a bit pink and shriveled, and then they have tones. But the pink shriveled bit is when they arrive. And so there's no book.
No.
There's no you can't there's no RTFM here.
Nope.
Because there isn't one. And I posted something actually yesterday. The reason there isn't one is because the story hasn't been written. And I need for parents to remember that.
Yep.
You're a new parent. I'm really sorry. We can't write a book for you because your story is unique to you and your little person. Absolutely. And so you guys will write it.
Yep.
And the thing is, it'll be of no use really to anybody else other than snippets because it's unique to your relationship. And it's unique to your situation and your home life and your family life. And each of your children in your home, if you have more than one, has a different story. Yeah. Your relationship with each of them differs. And so how that transition happens, we can expect an awful lot of ourselves if we've gone around that block once already. And then you're kind of going, but this didn't happen on the first one. Yeah, different story.
I hear that all the time.
Different story. It's the same series, but it's a different episode, so there's things that are the same, but it's a different episode. So I kind of come in and I can help try to provide a buffer. So a space where parents can regain their confidence in themselves, because that realization that maybe you don't have this as competently as you would like to have, because we do have a lot of expectations at that stage in life that we are competent. And all of a sudden we're struggling. We find we can't cope. At the moment, it's awful for anyone becoming a new parent because they don't have that extended network around them. They can't have people dropping in or people just rocking up and doing laundry and changing beds. And, those things that people do in those first 6 weeks, especially to help, that allows the parents to be able to settle into that space and really just what we all did. You just sit and look at them. Yeah. Even when they're asleep, you just sit and look. Because for 6 weeks, it's gone in a flash. It's just gone so fast. And so you need to not have to do stuff during those 6 weeks other than just be with your child. Absolutely. And you can lose that. At the moment, it's been lost dreadfully because people are trying to keep everything going as well. And it's really, really difficult. So I provide a space where I'm a sounding board. You can dump on me. And those areas where you feel that perhaps you're not coping as best you could, we look at that and we'll explore that together. I'm not a counsellor, I'm a facilitator. So I facilitate you refinding yourself. I am not a therapist, I'm an educator. So what you don't know already, I have faith in you that you know to look for it and to seek out those answers. Of course.
What was your path and journey that led you to becoming a parent educator?
Okay, I think I've always been an educator from the time I was sort of 7 or 8 years of age. I always had somebody's kids. And I had that inherent kind of intuitive way that I knew what they needed, even when they weren't verbal, that they could, I knew what it was that was needed. And throughout my life, that's a thread that's always been there. My background is psychology, learning and development. I've worked in the public, private and corporate sector. Psychology, learning development and holistic health. And then I've worked in the public, private and corporate sectors. And I've been self-employed solely self-employed for the last 15 years, but part-time self-employed along with working full-time for nearly 30 years. So I've always been in service
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
some description.
You could do
That's
it
my
your whole
thing.
life. Yeah.
Yeah. That is who I am. I'm somebody who likes it. I'm a natural helper. I like to help. I've learned over the years to measure that and get better at my boundaries and not be killing myself and promising the world. I feel sometimes that I'm like the FBI now. I can't promise you we will find the perpetrator, because that's a promise I cannot make, but I'll do my very best. So that's where I am. I can't perform miracles, but I think we all have those little miracles within us, and it's my job to help you pull them back out.
I love that. I love that. My next question is, how do you use social media to connect to your customers and your clients currently?
Badly.
I don't believe that.
Oh, do you know what? I never had to do it.
Sinead. The question should be, actually, do you use social media to connect with your customers, or is your business very much word of mouth and or another medium of connection to your people?
It was word of mouth. It used to be word of mouth when you could actually be outside and speak to people, where words came out of your mouth and they went into their ear and came out their mouth somewhere else.
Everyone's like this. Don't talk to me. Don't get near me.
Nobody can see my mouth anymore, so therefore, so it used to be, but I've had to be honest, I pivoted. I had been doing this for about 12 years, and 2 years ago I decided I wanted to kind of head back into the corporate sector. And I was trying to hammer on those doors, and I don't know what things are like it over in the UK, but in Ireland we can have a bit of colloquialism, so it's kind of who you know, and are you in with the right people. And working in the holistic health field doesn't always give you credence, because it's the woo-woo factor. So what I would have, word of mouth was where my clientele came from. Nobody's going to mother and baby groups. Nobody's going to the park. Nobody's out really walking with their very smallies, because everyone's a little bit afraid. And so just literally there isn't the space for people to share knowledge. And I am at my core an educator. And education only works when you share knowledge. And knowledge is only powerful when you can share it. So it's so important for me for people to be able to share that. So I had to turn to the online community to try and see how could I have put myself out there to be shared. That's where I have my difficulty, because I have something called Imposter Syndrome. It's imposter phenomenon. I have a nice chronic dose of it. I have a lovely, I have it with honors. I believe in doing everything properly. So I do have it with honors. And I know this sounds weird. I'm talking to you and it sounds, it doesn't look like anything. But, it's that element of tell me how good you are at what you do. Can you just read that? Will you? I wrote that for the website. Will you read that over there? Because I can't really say that out loud. You'd have to ask somebody else.
No, I know. It is hard. It's so hard, and it's like it's like you have to sell yourself and prove that you can do the thing that you can actually do. I can't. And that's the thing. I could sell for you, no problem. I could sell you to anything. Sand to the Arabs, as they used to say. But selling myself is a whole new ball game. And the reason I've come back to where I am now the last year is A, because of COVID, B, because I realized I love it. I realized that when I open my mouth, I don't have to think about whether or not the information I'm saying is right, wrong, or otherwise, because it's inherent. This is so deeply ingrained in what I do that it's just automatic, that I don't, it's just, there's no deep diving into storage files or anything. It's just all there, It's there. So it's from that point of view, this kind of thing I need to do more of. I know, because you get a sense. People have a better sense of you when it's a video like this, that they can, They do. And I don't rehearse. I don't do where I can. I record a live, but I don't record to go live, if that makes sense, because I find that recording live, it is what it is. If I make an arse of it, well, I've made an arse of it. You know what I meant. And to be honest, the wonderful thing, our mutual friend, will we say her name? Lisa Barry.
Lisa Barry Online. Hi, Lisa Barry from Lisa Barry Online. Our mutual friend, Lisa Barry, the one thing that she gave me the kick in the butt to do last May was just own it. I have stood in front of thousands of people. I have given presentations to over 1,000 people What was my
Amazing.
issue about standing in front of a bloody computer and talking to
I
the
know.
abyss?
I know.
You know,
But
if
there is
there's a
something.
body there, great. But you
There is
know, anyway,
something about. Yeah, there is something
yeah.
about just being
Oh, I
online
didn't have
and
my laptop wasn't going to be the right height, and I didn't have a decent
yeah.
microphone, and I didn't have proper lighting, and then I went and bought all those things, and then I was, no, what's your excuse?
Yeah, exactly. Oh God.
So I'm using it. I am using social media. I'm across all the platforms. So Facebook, where my clients, I hope my clients will be. So that obviously means also Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I have a YouTube channel as well. I very cheekily put the link for it on the YouTube feed.
Oh, well
because
done.
I found you on YouTube, and I went, yeah, you can find me here too.
I know. I just put it up on the screen.
Absolutely. So I have the Lessons from Lockdown series, which is a series of 15 tutorials I recorded back during our primary lockdown, which was March, April, May. And they kind of just organically fell into place one after the other. I didn't really plan them. So the lessons from lockdown are basically about my journey as a parent, as I was going through lockdown with my daughter and the things that I was discovering. Okay. And they're the things that you know, but then all of a sudden there's no distractions, so you have to rest with them a little bit longer, which is fine. I'm a big believer of you know, digging down deep and pulling stuff out and having a look and going, is that mine somebody else's dump? I'm a big believer of that. So I've done a huge amount of personal introspection over the last year, and that's where I am now. Through doing that, I'm kind of going, yeah, this is the stuff that you've been doing for years, Sinead. This is how you're still standing here. This is the stuff that I've come through, brief synopsis, pretty tough upbringing, parent separation, disjointed family, dysfunctional family, not much backup or support. As I said, I'm a solo parent, domestic abuse has been in my history. I had a couple of bad car accidents, was left quite immobilized for a year in terms of injuries and not being up to work. My mum was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I was primary carer. She passed away 5 years ago. My dad passed away in the summer. My aunt passed away in the summer. So like,
you had a lot on your plate, a lot.
I have a bit of experience. I actually have. I've done this rodeo a few times, so for anyone who's only coming to them, I've got stuff I can share.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that then coupled with my background as an educator, as somebody who is passionate about, teaching, but also facilitating personal individual learning. And also then from the psychological point of view, and my focus and my passion is neuropsychology. So it's on the very basics of cognitive learning and perception and linguistics and things like that, as opposed to the therapeutic part. Yeah, we can fire you in the direction of people. So I'm like that space between therapy and reality. You know? Yeah. And sometimes you can actually find an awful lot of your grounding in that space if you have a bit of help. Yeah. And then when you go for that therapy, if you do that, you're actually getting much more value and much more benefit from it because you've already got a starting point.
Yeah, absolutely. But I would imagine being in that in-between space, it's quite hard to market yourself as a business. Like, because either people don't get it or they're scared of it or they're like... Yeah. But it's actually when people get it and understand what that is, it's probably actually really transformative for people once they're...
Well, this is why I really need to use social media, and I really need to do more of this kind of interviews and more of this to be able to talk to people and be able to kind of share, because one of Lisa's lovely sayings is people buy from people. People remember how you make them feel. And so one of the things that I'm very, very actively engaged in is ensuring that people know that I am a compassionate and empathic business person. When I work with you, I'm very practical, very pragmatic. I'll say it like it is. I won't tell you your bum looks good in it if it doesn't. It's as simple as that. But I also do that with as much passion and empathy as I can possibly deliver, because we're talking about a vulnerable space. Yes. A very vulnerable space.
And not you're only the perfect person because of all the things that you've just shared and stuff that you've been through in your journey, which means you are going to be hyper empathetic to help people in those moments because you know what that feels like.
Exactly. I've picked myself up and dusted myself off more than once. And I've managed to battle my way through difficulties and challenges. And that goes to the cornerstones of my business. And they're actually cornerstones that I have for life, which are self-efficacy, autonomy, resilience, and an internalized locus of control. And they actually form the groundwork for everything that I do. Any program I run, any conversation I have, it demonstrates those, because I need you to see that I walk my walk.
Yes, absolutely.
As much as I talk my talk. And by my doing that, my lived experience can help you in your reality and your lived experience at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me, what is the best part of running your own business?
I do love the autonomy. However, I do often suffer from an excessive autonomy.
Okay.
And that means that sometimes if I decide that I don't want to do that particular task right now, there's nobody to say that you need to, Sinead. Because the person that would be placed to say that would be me. And if I choose not to tell myself that, then So, do you know, that doesn't really help with the procrastination element of my imposter syndrome. And I'll give you a perfect example, right? You're all having budget day today. Wasn't that today or yesterday? Budget day is today, right? Here's a perfect example. So I'm self-employed, and I would ordinarily be quite good at doing my tax returns and everything else like that. So I went back to study, and things took precedence. Taxation wasn't one of them. Didn't give a monkeys. So I never did returns. So a couple of years ago, I came across this lovely lady who I decided to have as my new accountant. Yeah. And we've been actually a couple of years ago. It's less than 18 months ago. And I said to her when we met, I said, now just to let you know, I have a few years to do. There's not an awful lot of money. But there's still loads of numbers. Do you know, the numbers aren't high, but there's a lot of them. And I need to do those returns. Now, here's the thing. This is now Imposter Syndrome 101 here. I needed to have tax clearance for me to apply for any work that would be government subsidized or government funded. Yeah. So, you know, local enterprise, local social enterprises, community organizations, anything like that. If there was government money, I need tax clearance in order to be able to apply for that work. Yeah. So I couldn't apply for any of that work, and that work is coming up all the time, and I'm not applying for it. And why am I not applying for it? Because I haven't got tax clearance. And why have I not got tax clearance? Because I haven't put those bloody numbers into a spreadsheet to give to the accountant. I got my tax clearance certificate yesterday. Yay! And I'm so proud of myself. Now, the only problem with that is I have to pull my big knickers up now and get my arse in gear, because I've no excuse now. It's like the whole ring light and riser for the desk. I've no excuse. That was the only thing that was stopping me. I have no excuse now not to look. But at this point, it took me so long, I've actually changed the focus of the business. So there isn't really an awful lot of government-funded stuff that I can apply for doing what I do now. But it does mean that I can actually go the corporate route and look to corporates to going in there and talking to them, especially corporates who are interested in workplace well-being and supporting their staff who are parents or have aspirations to become parents, and helping managers as well and leaders to understand, if they don't have children, the importance of being able to balance that, you know, work-life balance being so important. So I can do that now because I have tax clearance.
Oh,
so
well
I'm really, proud of that.
Yeah, that's like giving you permission to open the door and just go for it now. Like, you've got no bloody excuses. Like, you can just go.
And I was the one that could give myself that permission, but I actually sat on giving myself that permission for about 3 years, which is stupid. But look, there's no rationality to it. My heart and my head are equally strong.
Yes, and this is how it goes sometimes. And sometimes we put our own obstacles in our own way because almost we're a bit scared of the success sometimes, or scared of doing the things we want to do.
You said it right there. Somebody said to me this morning, but are you afraid of failure? No. I failed so many bloody times. I have another honours degree in that one. I'm terrified of succeeding. And that's the imposter syndrome again, because if I succeed, they are going to climb out of the woodwork and go, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I know her years. I don't know who they are. Yeah, but they've an awful lot to say. And I've actually, you've met Sandra, haven't you? You've met Sandra, Remi, haven't you? So my apologies to any Sandras who are watching, okay? Or any Sandras either of us know. But I like to think of things visually, right? I'm going diving in my filing cabinet here. Bottom drawer.
Here she goes.
Bottom drawer. Okay.
What you got? I'm Sandra and I'm an annoyance.
So this is my imposter, okay? And I learned that when she's out of that drawer, I hear her very loudly. So I physically put her in that bottom drawer. She's beside my disco light. I'm sorry, not my disco light, my event space light.
Do you know what's really interesting? I didn't know you had a Sandra, but one of the things I teach my clients is it's the same thing, right? Imposter syndrome, when you have these voices in your head and you have these, I don't know who the voices are, but you have a voice that tells you you can't do something, you shouldn't do something, that you're rubbish, you're not good enough, no one's going to believe you, no one's going to trust you, right? So one of the things that I do is I teach my clients to think about somebody in their life who they would never take advice from. So for me, it was a girl at college who was an absolute bully. She was vile. She had horrible energy. She always put people down. I can't remember her name because I've got fibro and my brain messes up, but I'm just going to call her Jackie today. So Jackie was just a person that if she ever said anything to me, she tried it once, but she picked the wrong one. Like, I was not having it. But I'd seen her like bullying and being vile and mean and nasty.
Work in the room, yeah.
And so what I teach my clients is think of a person who you would never, ever in a million years take advice from, and label that voice, that name. So my voice is Jackie, right? So whenever I'm having that moment of doubt of when I'm like, oh God, I can't go live today, or I'm looking too fat today, or I haven't done my hair, or my house is a mess, and you can't do this and you can't do that, I just go, shut up, Jackie.
Yeah. That's me. I go, Sandra, no. Sometimes I've actually, if people saw in my room, I've often actually opened that filing drawer and just slammed it shut.
Yes. Shut your mouth.
Yes. Who asked you? If I want to hear from you, I'll rattle your cage.
I love that you've got.
So
that's really
good. My poor daughter though, it's one of her dolls, and when I told her what I was doing with it, it's like, yeah, but you know what? She's over it. It was in the bag to go out to Vincent de Paul or something like that. So
how old is your daughter?
She's 15. She's 15.
Oh, okay. Oh, young adult, really.
A young adult, yes, young adult, and making her way in the world and doing it swimmingly well, which I do have to stand back and go, and well, I helped that. You know, so there again, you know, I look and I go,
you need to take full credit for that.
Well, this is the thing. I don't, because do you know why? She is her own person also.
Yeah.
She only has half of my genes.
Guided by you.
Yes, but she very much has her own mind, because that's part of the leading and guiding. I've taught her to have her own mind. So from that point of view, she is what she is through her own self with a little dash of me. Yes, and hopefully she remembers the little dash of me every now and then, and she goes, that's Mum, you know? And from that point of view, I kind of look to that and go, look, I've got her to here 15 years through an awful lot of hardship, personal difficulties, you know, financial poverty, all sorts of different things. Yeah. And so I am best placed to be able to help people because, you know, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't smoke my brains out. I don't choose any controlled substances. I'm not a mad party animal. I don't even look as old as I am. Look at that. You know, apart from my grey halo. But, you know, I've kind of done okay. I'm still here. I'm still standing. My brain still functions. When I open my mouth, the filter doesn't always engage anymore, but that's okay. I don't mind that. What does come out is quite often sensible.
Right.
So that makes me best placed to be a holistic parent.
It does. Are you ready for that? Look what's on the screen.
Oh, quick fire round. Okay.
You ready for
I can pass. I can pass if I need to. Because I mean, we've been in a conversation before, and you know, some of the questions that came out that night were like, no, I'll pass on that one.
These are easy questions.
Okay.
So you can answer rapidly or just short answers is fine. Okay. Right. And I'm going to pick them as I go through them because I've got loads.
Okay.
So we'll start with, well, I'm not going to start with that one because I already know the answer to that one. Right. I'm choosing. Sorry, I've got too much choice. This is the problem. I should have picked them out earlier. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
7, 8, 7, 8.
Okay. Sorry, this is not.
I have a heavy foot sometimes, and I have a car that that's a lovely tank because I had 2 bad car accidents. So I bought a big bus thing that I was never going to be hurt again. So yeah, it does have a pedal that sticks sometimes.
Okay, dawn or dusk?
Ooh, both. You see, there's my head and my heart. Constant conflict. I love both. If I get my ass out of bed for dawn, love it, love it, love it. But I could stay up all night to see the dawn too, you see.
Okay. If you could travel back in time, what period would you go to?
Probably the 60s.
Okay.
Oh, I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. Sorry, early 70s.
What is the place you most want to travel to? The place you most want to travel to?
I have always wanted to go to the Maldives.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Always. And I think it's not even so much that it has to be the Maldives. It's that idea of an isolated, semi-isolated island with very frugal living, where, you know, the trappings of Western society is non-existent.
Yeah.
I don't even have to wear many clothes because I don't like clothes, really. They're, you know, pointless.
Right, next question. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Vanilla.
Virtue or sin?
Better to do now and ask forgiveness later. Sinner.
Can you name one of the 7 dwarfs?
Dopey, bashful, sneezy doc.
That'll
do. I can't remember the rest.
Fill in the blank. Kanye West is
twat. Oh, twat means something different in the UK, doesn't it?
Yes, but it's fine.
Well, no, because that's an insult to twat. Sorry.
Right, paper or plastic?
Oh, paper.
Okay. Are rats cute?
Yeah, they can be, especially when they're little babies.
I know.
Not so cute when you're picking them up because they're mangled in the back garden from the cat. But.
And do you believe in love at first sight?
I believe in the chemical of love at first sight.
Interesting.
But I believe that the longevity of love at first sight, no. That has to be built through trust and shared reciprocity and care and depth and minds meeting. So, yeah, the chemical of love, which is really lust. Yeah. Lust at first sight, absolutely. But love, I think, is something that there can be a smidgen, there can be that spark.
Yeah.
But that has to be fanned.
Okay.
It has to be fanned in order for it to be successful.
Final question. It's a very important question. Can you touch your toes without bending your knees?
Yes. I actually can. It's the one thing I can do. Everything else gets in the way of everything else, but I can actually get down there and touch my toes. That's years of yoga. I need to get back to it. My daughter can't do it and she gets sickened every time I do it. She claims it's because her legs are longer than mine and that's the only reason I can reach mine. But no, I claim it's because I'm flexible.
Well, that's it, Sinead. I'm all out of questions for you today. Thank you so much for coming on and chatting today. Have you enjoyed it?
Absolutely. It's been great fun. I'm really sorry we're 45 minutes in.
All right, don't worry. It's fine.
It's been great fun.
Well, it's been lovely to have you. It's been lovely to hear about the holistic parent and what you do and how you help people. I think it's really interesting, actually. And I'd like to become more of a holistic parent, and I'm trying.
Well, you know where I am anytime. There's the free group actually there, Facebook. I have the free group there.
What is your Facebook group?
So I'm the holistic parent across the platforms. I couldn't get the full name, so on Twitter I'm a Yorkshire holistic parent. So it's THOLISTIC parent, and Instagram is the.holistic parent. But if you put in the holistic parent, you'll find me everywhere, or Sinead Kavanagh, whichever you prefer. And so the free group is very complicated. It is the holistic parent free group. Because I haven't become creative yet about it. Maybe somebody will. Maybe when I get a larger group membership, we might come up with a name. But for now, it's the Holistic Parent Free Group, and we have a chat. Yeah, and we have a chat and check in 3 times a week. So I have
Oh,
11
nice.
on a Monday morning, 3 on a
Mm.
Wednesday afternoon, and 7 on a Friday night. So to try and kind of catch people at various stages that might suit them
Yeah,
for
brilliant.
their life, whatever it is that they're doing. And
Yeah.
really, it's just a time. I bill it as a half hour because I think when you say to people a half hour, it makes it manageable.
Yeah.
If we end up in there for an hour, that's okay.
Yeah, a bit
And
like
the
this
idea
show.
is, and the idea is that come and just have a chat.
Yeah.
If there's something on your mind, maybe you just want to rant, maybe you need a virtual hug from somebody, maybe you need to see, does anyone have any brainstorming ideas? Whatever it might be. Give me a recipe for dinner. It can be whatever.
Yeah,
but it's
I
just
love
a
it.
space that I hold.
Okay.
And in there, I am the parent for anyone who needs a parent.
I need a parent.
That's
so
what
I'm
I do.
coming into
We all do.
I'm coming into that group.
Yeah, we all do
Honestly.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So
We do. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you giving up your time to come and chat to me.
it's
And
been fun.
I've loved learning about what you do because it's super interesting. And hopefully people in my world and my community will come and join your group or come and look for you and connect, because this is what this is
And
all
the bit
about.
for everyone to remember is there is no shame in asking for help.
No, there
None
isn't.
whatsoever. It is okay not to be okay. It's not okay to stand on your own and think you'll be okay. You know, it's really important to reach out, and there are always people around you that are happy to help, but very often we don't
Absolutely.
like to butt in. We don't like to butt in. If we think people are very competent and capable people, we don't like to throw our tuppence in unless it's asked for.
Yeah,
So
and you're right.
reach
It's
out.
okay to ask. It is asked. It's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to be in communities like this where you have support. So, yeah, this has been brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I
Have a lovely
appreciate
evening,
you.
Remi. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Thanks, Sinead. Bye, darling.
And say hello to your gorgeous little poppet too.
Oh, I will. I will. Bye, darling.
Take care.
Oh, that was lovely. Right, so that's the end of the show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today. We will be back again next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Always here for the Remi's Town Hall show. Come and join us. And if you want to come and find me during the week, I'm in the Get Leads with Connection building group. So just have a look for that and come and connect with us. And if you're watching on YouTube, please do hit the bell, subscribe and like this video. We'll be back again next week. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you next week. Lots of love. Take care. Bye-bye.